All right, welcome back. Well, today is Veterans Day, and it's a time to recognize all of those who have served in the U.S. military. But for many service members, this day can bring up a lot of different emotions, both good and bad. And Michelle Estuary from Full Well Neurofeedback and Counseling joins us now with more. We're going to be talking about this mental health. Michelle, thanks for being with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Claire.
All right, so first of all, let's start with what are some of the issues that veterans deal with in terms of their mental health?
Yeah, the graphic in front of you is talking about PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, which is often something that is related to experiences they may have had when they were deployed. So maybe traumatic experiences in battle, traumatic experiences and loss of others, things like that. There are other things that they deal with more than other populations. Depression rates tend to be higher with veterans, and suicide rates are higher with veterans. And some of that has to do with this post-traumatic stress, and some of it may have to do with feeling isolated or not connected to the peers around them who may not have had the same experiences that they've had.
What can we do to help them? For someone who may not have ever experienced PTSD, what can we do to help them?
Yeah, well, I think you can look out for somebody who may be experiencing this. The VA statistics show that 23% of veterans have, at least at some point post their career or since they've begun a career in the military, have experienced or been diagnosed with PTSD. So it's not uncommon. It's closer to 7% that are diagnosed long after they have been on the field. But I think you can watch for symptoms, right? Reliving the event, maybe avoiding situations that may be stressful or things like that. That avoidance is often a signal that this can really impact our relationships. It can cause us to pull away from relationships. It can cause us to overreact in situations with anger. And it's because our body is still dealing with some of that stress or the trauma that we've experienced. And so those are things we can look out for. There's a QR code on the bottom of the graphic there. That's going to take you to VA's mental health resources, right? The VA is actually one of the leaders in doing research for veterans, but doing research for PTSD in general. There's a self-assessment you could take. There's resources for people in your area who may be able to help with what you're dealing with. There's resources for family members and how to be able to help those in your life who are veterans and who may require a little bit extra, somebody who pays attention and can see what they're dealing with and come alongside them in it.
Michelle, some great information there. We appreciate you joining us today on this day that we honor our veterans. Thank you so much for sharing that information with our viewers.
Yeah.
We certainly appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.